What's up YouTube? It's JB Tech Fanatic and I'm back again with another video. As always, I want to start this video by thanking each and every one of you for taking time out to watch my video. I would be absolutely honored if you would consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to mash that thumbs up if you like this video, and if you want to know when the latest content is coming, don't forget to click the notification bell. So, I'm so excited that it finally launched. The all-new Google Home Hub is available pretty much everywhere. Today we're going to take a look at it, but we are also going to discuss the Google ecosystem. If you've watched my channel, you know that I love their ecosystem. In my opinion, the Google ecosystem, though its major competitor, Amazon, had about a year jump on them, it's just way better. And, that can be taken a lot of different ways. So I've always looked at Amazon as having better hardware as far as more products to choose from. Now, we're a couple years in, Google has really caught up, especially this year. But when it comes to the actual functionality of the product, in my opinion, and this again is through me testing it, I feel that the Google product is far superior. And the way I look at it as any of these products, no matter what they look like to us externally, in sense, they are a search engine. And when you think of search engines, who is better than Google? And when I say search engine, think about it. If I say, okay, Google, who was the president 1980 or whatever, it searches and it tells me the result. Now, home control. The Google Home Hub, I think, is a great idea. And again, Amazon was the first one to do it, because sometimes, like if I want to see something like, a recipe, I want to physically see it, or really important stuff, if I want to, set in my calendar a special day or appointment, sometimes being able to visually see it makes us feel more secure that it's done. Or if you have a timer going for your food, or maybe you have multiple timers going, it's nice to actually look over and physically see that. You can physically see the weather. So in my opinion, a screen is a perfect companion. But again, we're on YouTube right now. The biggest thing that you find with Google is it's Google, so we could actually watch YouTube on here. So what's better than in the kitchen having a screen to watch a YouTube video on? Maybe you're cooking, or even in the garage if you're working on something, or whatever you're doing, you could physically take this, you could watch it. I realize that you could do this with your phone and tablet, but this is just another avenue, and it's something that sits there all the time. In addition to that, having a screen lets you do really nice things like looking at your Google Photos. Now, if you think back, gosh, I guess it's been about 10 years where the digital photo frames really started to come out on the market. For $150, you really couldn't get a better digital photo frame. So there is so many things that have been added into the value of this now that it has a screen. Take into consideration, it doesn't have the highest resolution screen. So it is a 7-inch screen, but they do offer products, JBL, one of them, higher resolution screen, bigger speakers, but again, the price point is much higher. So for the everyday person that, wants to, maybe you have none of these products, but you want to jump into the smart home, you want a virtual voice assistant, having a screen is a great idea, but it's not a must. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go ahead and unbox this. Then we'll check it out. We'll talk about the ecosystem a little bit more. We'll see what this can do. I'm so thankful that you're here today, and I'm excited to check this out. Let's do it. So here we go. We got the Home Hub. Pretty nice packaging. Take a look at the side. Basically just tells you that it has far-field microphones, light sensors, 7-inch screen. It's got the full range speakers that kind of wrap around the bottom. Voice match, multi-room, Bluetooth 5, works with Android and iOS, and then of course 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi.
And it basically just tells you more about what you can do and then some of the services that it works with. So let's go ahead and open this up. I like when you know that it's actually sealed. A lot of things right now that are coming out don't even have tape on the sides. So I definitely like the fact that we know it's brand new when we buy it, right? Especially as it's been out for a while, you want to make sure it's not something that's been returned or anything like that. And there it is. It's actually very nice looking, very elegant in my opinion. So you got the speaker, as you can see here. It wraps around. Looks like you got your little switch here. It's really, actually pretty light. Let's see what else we get in the box. So we'll just kind of set that down. So it looks like we get our manual. Of course, the power cable here. And that's it. So let's get it all out. Nice and simple. This is everything you get in the box. Let's get this thing set up.
All right, so we're back in. We got it unboxed. It is an absolute beautiful product. I absolutely love how they made it look like a photo frame. And when I say that, when you really look at it closely, if you were to sit this in with a bunch of pictures, it would truly blend in once it's on. I like how they have the kind of the screen in the front and then the speakers wrap around the bottom. It kind of gives it that floating look. But here it is side by side with the Google Home Mini. As you can see, it's obviously bigger, but it, not too much heavier. And then of course the original Google. I'm assuming that this is still going to sound the best out of all of them if you're going for pure music. But again, this does have, the speaker that kind of wraps around. And it is a 80 dB SPL and then 1K HZ at 1M full range speaker, and it has 2 mic array. Again, Google's mic system is extremely powerful. It works great. I mean, you could be blaring these things and it still picks up your voice from across the room. 7-inch LCD screen. There is going to be 4 colors. I'm only seeing 2 for sale right now, but there is going to be sand, aqua, chalk, and it looks like charcoal. So basically that's what we got here. And then you got your light sensors here on the front, which again is supposed to kind of adapt just like your phone would if it's really bright or if it's nighttime. This will be great if you're keeping it on a dresser next to your bedside. We'll have to test that out to see if it is doable. I know my wife likes a completely dark room, so we'll have to check that out. 15-watt power adapter, and it is a DC power jack port. Again, the power jack is on the back here. And then if you are not familiar, you got the minis kind of on the back, and then on the bottom it sits flush on the original. So far it feels beautiful. I love Google's emblem on the back. They put that nice G there. I just think it looks sleek and awesome. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn this on. We're going to see what it looks like, and we're going to check out some of the smart home functions that you can do with it. All right, so we're going to darken the view a little bit so we can see this better. Real simple. You're simply just going to plug it into the wall and plug it into the back. Now, what you're going to need to do if you have yet to sign up for a Google Home account, go ahead and do so. And basically, as soon as you download the app, it makes everything really simple for you. It kind of tells you what to do. But you get the little Google Home icon here, download it from the store, that's simple. Go ahead and open this. This is what it looks like now. Hopefully that can pick up on that. If not, I'll do a screenshot for you. So this is going to turn on. And what's going to happen is that the app will detect that you either have...
Welcome to Google Home. To get started, download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
Okay, so basically it's going to know that something is ready to go. And then simply go to the add section. When you hit add, it will say set up a device. Press set up device. And then it says set up new devices or something that you already have set up. Of course, this is new. Haven't done this one yet. Now, if you have multiple homes, multiple locations, they're listed here. Go ahead and pick the location that you're setting it up as. And again, if you're setting it up as a new customer, go ahead and you could do multiple locations or just one. Once that's picked, go ahead and hit next on the app. Now, this is going to start looking for this. And this has all the latest and greatest Wi-Fi on it. So, you're going to be covered there. Now, I will say, if you're wondering, because it was kind of hard to find, the actual resolution is 1020 by 600 with 107 ppi. All right, so it says that it found my Google Home Hub. You want to make sure that these, I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. Now it's going to connect it and it's going to give us a code. And once it gives you that code, you want to make sure that code matches. That way you don't connect to your neighbors. And actually, believe it or not, it happens to me all the time where I start connecting to my neighbors and it won't hook up. So I used to not pay attention to that code. Needless to say, you need to. All right, so automatically share the stats and crash reports. This is up to you. This will not affect you as far as making anything different. But if you want to help Google get better, then you hit yes, I'm in or not. Okay. Now, this is where you pick the room for the device. So I got a couple of these. I think I'm going to do this one in the kitchen. So go ahead, pick what you want here. There's a long list. By the way, if you don't see what you need, you could actually create new down here and then make up your own location. So that's nice. And then you could choose whether you want to do 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz. Now, let me tell you something about to make things work better. Example, if you notice Chromecast behind me. So I've put it on like 4 or 5 of my TVs now. And mainly the reason why I put it on my TV is not because it needs it. So, I have a lot of Samsung TVs and so forth. But because when you use actually the Chromecast, again, get Chromecast Ultra. Don't bother with the cheaper one because eventually you're going to want 4K. But make sure that they're all hooked up to the same, meaning 5 gigahertz or 2.4. This will give you the casting function. This will give you, the ability to turn on or off your TV and so on and so forth with the actual Google Voice command. Okay, so go ahead and connect. And then it's going to say, use this for future setup. That's kind of up to you. I already have an account, so it's going to go ahead and it's going to find my stuff. So let me just turn this away here really quick. Also, there's always going to be an update, so be prepared for update. Now, you could kind of, before using Assistant, you can go through all these features and check out their privacy and do all that. But basically, if you want to just skip, the Google partners might be, something that you want to look at. This is something that you need to know when you're at the store. If you're not going to buy certain branded products like Nest, you want to make sure, if you're all about setting your house up for voice, you want to make sure that they're compatible with each other. Now, again, I'm a huge Samsung SmartThings user. So this is compatible with Samsung SmartThings. So what happens is sometimes maybe the partner is not, listed with them, but Samsung SmartThings is. So this will control Samsung SmartThings, meaning it will control anything hooked up to Samsung SmartThings. So sometimes you can get voice control out of things that you think you can't. You just need to look into that. Now, the next thing is the voice recognition. The voice recognition feature is so much better when you teach it your voice. Now, if you've already done this, I do it every now and then just to kind of refresh it, but you don't need to. It will actually suck it from your account and put it on this. So you would just hit I agree. Now it says my assistant can already recognize my voice because it's already set up. If it didn't say that, it would ask you to say, the okay. Don't want to say it and setting anything off. But you do that and it has you read a few things. Definitely make sure you do that. This is going to give you a great experience. The next portion of this is remember, you can have multiple accounts with this. Meaning, example, I'm married. My wife has her own calendar. I have my own calendar. I have my own likes. She has her own likes. This knows my voice and it knows her voice. So if I say, find my phone, it knows it's me asking, and it will ring my phone, not hers. Same difference with her. I could say add something to my calendar, it will know it's me, so on and so forth. So programming your voice is definitely important. Okay, so next it's going to verify your address. Just for protection, I'll turn that away. Now, right now for the music services, you got YouTube Music, Google Play Music, Spotify, Pandora, and Deezer. I'm not real familiar with that one, but I use Google Play Music. Okay, I like it all kind of to work together. I know Spotify is huge, so it's on there, which is great to see. And all right, the next thing you can do is add your video services. Now, here's the part where it's kind of lacking. An example, HBO. So I have Dish Network, and I have HBO Go, which is the same thing as HBO Now. It's just used for people that have a service and they pay extra to have it also being able to stream. It doesn't have it, but it has HBO Now, Stars, CBS, so a couple of them. But these are things that you could physically cast directly into that app. So pick which ones you want and then hit next. Now, this says almost done. We're going to finish setup.
Welcome to your Google Home Hub. It has the Google Assistant built in.
Hi, how can I help?
So you can use your voice to get help at a glance. Check it out. Jumpstart your day with a personalized routine. Just say, "Hey Google, good morning." For the weather, your calendar, reminders, and more.
Your commute to work is 20 minutes by car.
Simply tap to see your home screen, where you can get useful info about your day, check out videos and recipes, and explore all the things your assistant can do. Have a question? Just ask for help from Google or YouTube. "Hey Google, show me how to cut a pineapple."
Okay, playing on YouTube.
Now you can see and control all of your devices from a single dashboard. Just swipe down from the top of the screen for home view.
Notice swiping down is how you get that.
View devices in each room, and adjust the lights, pause the TV, and monitor cameras, like the NestHub video doorbell. "Hey Google, show me the front door."
Big benefit to
Rewind
having a
with your
screen.
favorite songs and videos from YouTube Music. "Hey Google, play Dua Lipa." Swipe up from the bottom of the screen to adjust volume or brightness. Or use the volume buttons behind the right side of the display. To turn off the mics, simply slide the mic mute switch. And with live albums from Google Photos, Hub will automatically display the best and latest photos taken by you and your loved ones.
By the way, this
Set
still
up
has the
simple
plastic
in Google
coating
Home
on
app.
it.
You can also search for photos by voice. "Hey Google, show me my photos from Hawaii." And aloha. What's this? It's Hub's light sensor. It allows Hub to automatically match the colors and lighting in any room, so photos on Hub blend in with your home.
Actually sounds
And
great.
when it's time for bed, Hub knows to dim for a good night's sleep. Remember, if you ever want to learn more, just say, "Hey Google, what can you do?" Ready to give Hub a try? Swipe from the left edge of the screen to exit and get started.
All right, so basically that kind of summed up everything that it could do. I will say it actually sounds great. I was expecting it not to, kind of, because I read a few things that said it didn't. That sounded great, very crisp and clear. Again, you can kind of see the benefits of it. I like the fact that they added these swipe features. I did not notice this kind of when I was looking at it, but here is the volume rocker right here. You know, we did notice this on and off button. Now, I noticed also when I was setting this up just now, and just so you know, the next two screens are real simple screens. They're just basically verifying your address, and then they verify your payment methods if you want to buy anything. So if you sign into your Google account, again, that will already be there. So a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, well, there's no camera. We can't voice chat." So because you can voice chat, actually. So you could see them. They can't see you. Well, here's the thing. So many people are so afraid of things having a camera. I think this was a calculated move on Google. I think that they were going to put a camera, but they did not. And if you notice on this setup, again, if you can't see this, I'll put a screenshot up there. but it says ambient EQ light sensor, and it says this automatically does the brightness, blah, 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 and nope, it's not a camera. So they're kind of reassuring us that there's not a camera. Again, I don't know if you want one sitting there, but remember a few years ago, they used to put cameras on all the TVs and they took them out because they said they were watching us. Next thing, very important, and on the back with this switch is the way to manually mute the mic. I like the fact that there's a switch because if you don't want to take a chance of someone listening to you, you could physically turn that off. I like that a lot. We talked about the volume control on the back, and now it is getting it ready. So basically, we are all set up. Very simple. Now, let's talk about and look at a few of the cool things that we could do with this. All right, so I'm going to treat you guys to the biggest secret ever known on Google. Check this out. Okay, Google. Turn me into a unicorn. And I'm now a unicorn. Google is magic. Okay, Google. Tell me about unicorns.
According to Wikipedia, the unicorn is a legendary creature that has been described since antiquity as a beast with a single large, pointed, spiraling horn projecting from its forehead.
Okay, Google. No more unicorn. Just a quick close look up. As you can see, it's a pretty vivid image. Just so you know, I still have the plastic coating on it. I'm kind of OCD about that stuff, so I'll take that off later. It might be affecting the quality a little bit. But just really quickly, swipe up, you got your brightness and your volume. The settings here basically just give you your Wi-Fi connection or the About device where you can do updates. And then basically you have, your controls. Now this is something that is added with the touchscreen because you could physically control, example, if you hit your thermostats, it's going to show you your thermostats and you can actually control them, by touching instead of just using your voice. So that is pretty cool. As you can see, we got 82. You have some more features. You can hit mode. I think that's pretty nice because again, sometimes, voice, I don't know, sometimes can be frustrating. It's just nice to have that as a backup. Then as you can see here, it basically would tell me, since I'm signed in here, if I have any events, it tells you the weather. And then this is the photo frame. Now, the photo frame, I'm just using the stock one. Obviously, I have all my pictures on there. I don't know if you guys want to look at those, but basically, it's pretty cool because with the Google Photos, you could actually specifically ask it to show you an event or, a date or a photo because it knows this basically by the way you take photos. It's a very smart, intriguing app, so it's pretty cool. Again, it would be doing the same. You could change the measurements as far as how fast this flips through and what you want to be seen. And again, I'll show you that in the settings here in a second. But, virtually that's it. I mean, you could basically, move around here, playing music. What we got here? We got Google Music. You got YouTube videos. You got your top stories from the news. And this is all stuff that you can pick, and then when you check your calendar.
What's the title of the event?
There you go. We could put whatever we want. We'll just keep on talking because Google is just that good. LOL.
Sure. When is the event?
Cancel. So as you can see, it's very responsive. It works extremely well for that. Hey, Google, show me JB Tech Fanatic on YouTube.
Here you go.
Oh, there I am. I didn't know if I was big enough for it to find me. But as you could see, we could see our YouTube videos here. And you can scroll through, which is pretty awesome. And let's see what happens when we touch it. Video. Let me start this video by saying thank you so much for those of you that have subscribed and to everyone that is watching this video today. I am on.
So that's pretty cool. It popped up, as you can see, immediately. Again, I could see this being very useful, and it looks like it has some other features here, including closed captioning. Okay, Google, cancel. Okay, Google, how many days until Halloween?
Halloween will be in 8 days.
Hey, Google, how many days until Christmas?
Christmas Day will be in 63 days.
Okay, Google, show me pictures of elephants.
Check out these pictures.
Okay, Google, what's 1,000 times 240?
The answer is 240,000.
So as you can see, this would be very useful even if your kids are doing homework. It gives them something to see. Okay, Google, who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington was the first president of the United States.
Definitely a bonus that you can see. Again, guys, this is an awesome product. Let's go ahead and we will look at how to set the settings to maximize your experience. Okay, so you got services, which are voice and video calls. Remember, to be able to find your phone, basically you can ask it to ring your phone if you can't find it. Or if you want to use Duo, you have to activate it. Now, music services, obviously we showed that in the beginning. You could choose what news you want, to be displayed. Here's where you pick the photos and videos, whether or not, you want your Google Photos to show. TVs and speakers, basically this here shows you everything that you have connected specifically by your Google products. And as you can see the home group here. So this home group is what you could set up as far as getting your speakers to all play at once. So you can say, okay, who, I won't say it so it doesn't activate. Play whatever in home group. And then all of your speakers that are connected will play your music at the same time. And it actually works very, very well. Then, of course, you have your calendars. You can choose what calendars that you want to be available. And then, of course, when you're adding stuff to your shopping list, whether it's you or your wife, when you go to the store and you're on your phone, you can actually open up your app and then click shopping list, and everything that you've added will be there. Everything that your wife or girlfriend or whoever has added will be there. And then, your reminders, whatever stocks, if you follow stocks or you trade stocks, you can put that on there. And then, of course, you can explore and then see all the other services that they have. So next, you would go into the assistant. Now, the assistant voice, a little while back, they made it where you can change the different voices. You would simply pick this and you could choose different voices.
Here are the voices you can pick for your Google
Assistant. If you like this voice
and want me to keep using it, just stop
here.
So basically, whatever one you like, that would go ahead and it would update every device to use that voice. So that's pretty cool that they give you some options. We actually found that we like the original most. Continued conversation. So this is a big one. Now, basically what this does is this allows you to continue to talk to Google until you're finished. And more or less, you used to have to use, you would say, okay, who. It would listen to you, you would ask the question, and then it would stop. Now it will then listen again after it answers the questions, and it will continue to do so until you say thank you, or you just don't say anything, for a few seconds, then it will stop. That is huge because you could literally just go on and ask this questions. Now, I know that this comes in great use when you're doing homework with your kids, or maybe you're doing homework yourself. That is a great feature and I love it. Home control, we know what that is. Basically, you know, controlling everything you can think of. You could set that all up here, and you can also manage it. You can manage it by your rooms. You can manage it by your devices and so on and so forth. So also, this is where you would be able to see if Samsung Smart Things, like here you could see like Dish Network. I can control the Dish Network now, ACs, iHome, and then Samsung Smart Home here, and then good old Samsung Smart Things, and it goes on and on. But basically you can designate the rooms, and this can actually be used for when you're giving a command so you know what you are actually commanding. Routines are pretty cool. So this is basically turning into its own form in a way of Samsung Smart Things. So you could do one command routines, and you could set that up here, and then you can, you know, of course, change your email updates and news that you want to hear. Another thing, when it's personal info, besides the nickname that you're called, you know, you could set up your places here. Now, if you're going to go to work, you can put in the address to work, you put in your home address, and that way, when you wake up in the morning, you could actually have this give you your daily briefing, and it will automatically tell you how long it's going to take you to get to work, or vice versa, getting home. Also, you can choose how you get around. So if you live in a big city and you use a lot of public transportation, you can, you know, put that you walk or you drive or you use whatever methods here. And then, of course, your people. This is where you can call people. Yes, you could physically call with your phone number now, because what happens is you link this to your phone. So it used to be just some random caller ID number, but now you can physically call people from any of your Google Home devices simply by using your voice, or restaurants or anything else that you need to call, and it will show up as your number, and you can set that up there. Payments, of course, that's if you want to buy stuff, or, you know, when you're shopping with their, I only use it a few times, but, you know, Google has its kind of comparison to Amazon that they're trying out. And then your preferred weather, your reservations, flights, hotels, you can set that all up so you can be reminded and have that all ready to go. And then here is your transactions and your purchase history. And that's really it. So basically what you want to do is you want to make sure that you set this up correctly to your liking. When you do that, you will find that your experience is far superior. It makes a big difference. And lastly, every device that you have connected has its own settings. So as you can see, you could turn ambient mode on or off. You could have this new digital well-being. These has, you know, basically downtime that will shut it off at certain times. Basically makes it where it's just more user-friendly if you want it off at night, so on and so forth. Guest mode, accessibility. This preview program, basically, you know, if you apply for it, they will give you software that is not released yet. Now, again, if you're not really tech-oriented, that might not be a great choice for you because it's not finished software. I do it, but it's up to you. Then, of course, you know, adjust your display. You have your night mode, lower the volume when it's listening. Basically, if you have something, you know, turned up loud and you want to talk to it, it will turn it down as it's listening. This lets, you know, other people that are connected use your devices when they're at your house. And then, of course, you can use these as Bluetooth speakers now, which is nice. So a lot of people don't know this. So these default music speakers and TV, you can make it easy on yourself. So if you want, like example, if this is in your living room and you want it you just want to say TV, turn on my TV, you could actually put the specific TV that you want, and that's the one it'll turn on automatically without having to dictate which one. You can still turn on the other ones, but you'll have to dictate them. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is that you can actually turn up the bass and the treble on these speakers, which can make quite a bit of difference to the sound. So don't forget, you basically have a generic EQ. And again, here's where you turn on duo calling. When you want to turn this on, you're going to have to put in your phone number. It's going to send you a text message. And then once that's set up, you can, you know, talk to people on that. And pick whether you want to use 12 or 24-hour time format and allow them to, you know, basically know if you have crashes. One last thing I'll talk about here is that if you are using your group mode and you have, you know, I don't know, 3 or 4 Google Home speakers and you're listening to music and they are not synced up, this is how you fix that. It's just like your TV. And that's basically it. Set it up how you want to do it. You only got to do it once and then you're ready to go.
All right, well, that's the brand new Google Home Hub. In my opinion, it's a beautiful product. It sounds great. Again, it's got amazing features and functions. It is a must-have, a must-buy for anyone that wants a voice assistant or a smart home in general. I find it very pleasant to look at. It sounds amazing. It's fun to use. If you have kids, they of course will enjoy it, but I'm excited about it. And I think for $150, it's a great value. And again, I'm sure that we're going to find sales popping up all over the place. I just want to always stop and take a moment at the end of my videos to thank each and every one of you for being here with me. I can't even tell you how much it honors me that you take your time to watch my videos. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you so much, guys. Ladies, gentlemen, I am so honored that you do so. I also want to remind you that life is short. It is so short. Every day tragedies happen. Every day someone goes through a heartache or a hardship or they lose someone they love. And I want you to just know that if you're struggling out there, remember, life is beautiful and worth living. You are beautiful and worth living. Never forget that. Go out today and do something good for someone today. Change someone's day, change the course of the day by going out and just doing a small, kind gesture or act of kindness. It goes so far, just the small things that we do. We are the only people that can change this world and make it better. So don't forget to love your neighbors, but most of all, love your family. Take care of each other. Spend time with each other. Cherish every moment that you have with each other. Live life to its fullest. Don't forget that I do YouTube for you and you only. So if you need help and you want honest feedback, again, I'm not paid or sponsored by any of these companies, reach out to me in the comment section. I am here to help. If I can help you, I will. I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at JB Tech Fanatic. Come on over, visit me there. But thank you so much. Don't forget to check out my other content. I got tons of content on my channel. I'm a growing channel, but there's quite a bit of content already. I will have many more things coming out soon. Thank you again. I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, I'm JB Tech Fanatic. You guys take care.